I think some of the mistakes that we make are not being able to follow through with, flossing and brushing as, that dentist recommends. A lot of people do not realize this, but flossing and brushing is one of the biggest ways you can take care of your teeth. Okay, if you take care of your teeth well, you're going to avoid a lot of the dental issues if you don't do it consistently. So what happens each time after we eat, there's going to food is going to stick to that teeth, right? So if you don't take it off by the action of flossing and brushing, then it's going to keep building up. You're going to eventually get like a sticky film called plaque. If that's not taken off, then the bacteria in the mouth is going to, combine with that. And over time, what happens if it's not taken off on a regular basis or none at all, then that's how you're going to get cavities. Okay, when you get a cavity, a lot of time when a cavity is starting out, it's going to start out on the outer surface of the tooth. You won't feel it. Okay, as time goes by, if nothing is done to address it, then it gets bigger and bigger. Then you end up getting pain, and at that point, that means that it has to be addressed in a way that's going to end up costing more money, or that's going to end up making that procedure bigger. So it all comes back to being able to floss and brush, and also going in for regular exams, because when you go into that dentist at least once or twice a year, then the dentist is able to do an exam, take x-rays, figure out, if there is an issue, if there's a problem, take care of it early versus waiting when it's too late. But it all starts out with being able to floss and brush on a regular basis. So smoking is one of those things that contributes to what's called gum disease. Okay, so gum disease is a disease that's going to affect the gums and the bone that holds the teeth in place. Okay, so smoking has nicotine in it, and it has other, ingredients in it, and a lot of times these are going to, they're not going to be good for the gums. Why? Because the nicotine is going to block the blood supply to the gums. The gums need to have blood to be able to function well, to be able to hold the teeth in place. So if the more someone smokes, the more it's going to create it's going to make the gums be susceptible to getting gum disease. And if that happens, then going to end up having tooth loss, and then you're also going to end up having other medical conditions as well, because again, the bacteria from the gum disease is going to travel all throughout the body, cause inflammation in other body parts as well. And then with menthol, so menthol is something that's found naturally in peppermint, okay, or it's going to be processed in the lab. So a lot of times, what's going to happen is that companies that produce cigarettes and other tobacco products, they are going to incorporate it in their products, okay, because first of all, it's addictive, and it's trendy for the young people as well. So if someone, let's say, is into smoking and they go hang out with a group of friends, they'll be like, oh, I'm trying this new product that has menthol in it. And it also lessens the harshness of smoking, so when you inhale that smoke, you're not going to feel it as bad. So then it makes it more comfortable to be able to, keep with the smoking. And so it makes it easier for the smokers, and it also makes it more addictive, and it's also like a trendy thing for a lot of like young people, because again, it's put in the tobacco product. Okay, and so the incorporation of both these things are bad for the gums, they are bad for the teeth, they are going to stain your teeth, they are going to make, let's say someone smokes menthol cigarettes, they're going to be at a higher risk to develop dental cavities. They are going to get the staining. When you have the stains in your teeth, on your teeth, they are going to eventually cause you to have bad breath. I feel like people do not prioritize their oral health, you know. Or sometimes people have these myths. They'll be like, oh, my grandma had bad teeth, so I think I should also have bad teeth. Or my grandpa had bad teeth, so I should also have bad teeth. But at the end of the day, I mean, genetics carry, a certain portion of it, but not entirely. People need to realize that it's important to actually go see a dentist at least once or two times a year. And with insurance, unfortunately, insurance companies are not so great. I have patients that I see that have great insurance. They pay a lot of money for it, but their insurances are not going to cover all the dental needs that they need. Like they're not going to cover all that dental treatments that they may need, unfortunately. And then they have to pay out of pocket for some of it, you know. And not everyone can afford that, unfortunately.